Hi guys, it's Izzy coming at you with a very blocked nose. Isn't that like so much fun to listen to? You're welcome guys. But today I thought I'd continue being the optimist that I am and share with you guys times that I've almost died. Now I know what you're thinking, Izzy, you're just such a melodramatic person, and no you haven't almost died a few times, which like, to be honest, yeah, I am a melodramatic person, but these times I literally had my life flash before my eyes and I was like, okay, I might actually, you know what, have to say goodbye, this might actually be the end. Oops. Now I may as well call this the travel edition of times I've almost died, because I've actually done all of these things when I was on holiday with my friend Georgie. You're welcome, Georgie, for that photo. And yeah, we went travelling around Europe for a month, and being the two of us and we just attract things going wrong. Like when it's just the two of us, nothing ever goes right. Like literally we are like the worst people for like attracting bad luck, I'd say. So of course when it was just the two of us travelling around, we almost died a couple of times, and these are the stories that I'll be telling you. And and this is like no hate on the places we went to, obviously, because like it wasn't the places whatsoever. I would happily go back to both these places where it happened to. Like literally I'm not trying to put anyone off going there, like they are safe places, but we just attract the unlucky of unlucky, if you get what I'm saying. But so the first story actually starts on the very first night of our travels. The very first night, and me and Georgie had spent the whole day in Sofia in Bulgaria, and we're like, oh, it's such a beautiful city, like, but we travelled very early that morning and we were shattered, so we went back quite early in the evening, let's say around 8 o'clock at night. We were already back in the accommodation, and the accommodation itself was so lovely. Like it was such a little cute apartment, and it even had like a rooftop and everything, and we were like, yeah, we really did quite well there. The only thing is, the actual apartment itself was so lovely, but going into the actual apartment and the apartment blocks and the little alley you had to go to get to the apartment blocks wasn't like the most nicest of nice places to like walk through. So we're going up in the apartment, and like all the doors are like double locked, double padlocked, double like screened and everything, and we're like, oh, it might just mean it's really safe. Come that evening we found out why everything was like double locked and double screened and double protected. It was say around 10:30, 11, and we were just sat in our beds and we just heard like right outside our apartment, like building, like right outside, like by the windows and stuff, and we knew what they were. We knew they were gunshots, like no doubt about it. So me and Georgie are like panicking, like we've never like dealt with any guns or anything before, and we're like and we were we're on this very top floor, but we're the first like apartment in, and we didn't see that many people like living there and stuff. It seemed like quite an empty place, so we're like, oh my god, we're gonna be like the first victims. If they come up here, they can easily like get in the apartment now. Like even though everything was double protected, it wouldn't take a lot to like kick it in type thing. So we're like literally freaking out, and we're not talking at this point. We literally stay up for 3 hours just in our beds, just like, and we are like freaking out. We're like, do we call anyone? But I knew that if I called, like my parents would, I'd be on the first flight back to Birmingham, do you know what I mean? Like no chance would they let me carry on travelling for a month if I was on the first night. Like, hello, there's people shooting right outside our apartment, haha. So I tried to put my mind at ease, and I'm like, huh, maybe we are like in a safer place than we thought. Like, so I googled like, is Sofia safe? And I came on this website and it goes, yeah, generally Sofia is a very safe place, very nice and all that. And then it goes, this road though, and bearing in mind this was the road that our accommodation was on, and it said, this road is known for prostitution. And I'm thinking, oh, marvellous. Me and Georgie have been in and out this apartment all day in our shorts and everything. I'm like, oh great. So I'm thinking, right, that road that we're staying on is known for prostitution, what else is it like known for and stuff? So we were like, we were very scared. And then we had to go and get a train at like, we had to leave the apartment at like 5:30, 6 in the morning, like when we were leaving to the train station, and we were like, we're gonna die. And we did hear the gunshots every other night that we like stayed there, but no one came in and like no one tried anything, so luckily we're still here to tell the tale. So that was kind of like the warm-up story, a bit of, oh, shocking and stuff. Okay, didn't almost die technically because it wasn't like us actually involved in it, but this next story, I literally thought it was the end. Like, literally, goodbye Izzy K, who even are you? Bye. So we were staying in this apartment in Zagreb, and we were doing like Airbnbs and stuff, and we found, like, I'm not gonna lie, we had the best like accommodation ever. We met the hosts and everything. They were so lovely. They were two sisters, and they obviously spent a lot of time investing in this apartment. It was so beautiful. Like, honestly, the apartment, it was like done so well, and they were so lovely as well. And they left, and me and Georgie were like, oh my god, we love them, they're so nice. This apartment had like large rooms, a really nice bathroom, a really good flat screen TV and everything, and we were like, wow, this apartment is almost too good to be true. Almost. Ha ha ha. Now the thing that you need to know about this apartment is it was so nice, but it was like an apartment block, and we had the one that was in the renovated basement, which sounds really dodgy, but it was really nice. Like, we thought nothing of it. We're like, oh, it's just like underground instead of in the actual apartment. But because it was underground, we had no signal. And the day we got there, their internet had also broke as well, so we had like no internet, so we couldn't really use our phones at all. So if something did happen, we could not call anyone. Bear that in mind. And also there were windows to the apartment, but because they were like on the road, they were like barred off, so like you could open them and like have a bit of breeze, but you couldn't like jump out of the windows if you needed to, you know what I'm trying to get at. Basically, once you're in the apartment, you're stuck. There's like one door to the apartment. That's the only way in and out, like that's it. So me and Georgie were coming back one evening, and we were bursting for the loo. Like, literally, I can't even tell you how much we were bursting for the loo, both of us, and we couldn't find a toilet on the way, so we're like, we're just gonna have to leg it back to the apartment. And we were in one of those moods, we kept making each other laugh as well. Like, we were laughing so hard, and we kept, you know when you're like with your best friend and you're setting each other off, we could not even look at each other. So we're walking about 5 meters apart down Zagreb, and like literally we are like having to stop every 5 minutes, because it's either carry on laughing and walking and wee yourself, or taking the time to stop laughing and not wee yourself. So it took us ages to get back to the apartment anyway, because we were laughing so hard. And I'm not gonna lie, like I think we wet ourselves. And it took us even longer to get back to the apartment because we forgot what our apartment building looked like, so we went to the wrong one and tried to get into that one. That was clever of us. But we got in, and bearing in mind we are so bursting for the toilet, we are like just rushing in, like just rushing in. But outside our apartment building there's this van, and there's like a woman like leaning on the van, she's sort of looking out. And outside the actual apartment building there's people, I think there was 2 of them, and they were like shoveling like glass and like sweeping up stuff and like knocking bricks about and stuff. And it looks, at first glance, it looked like they were like builders or something. But bearing in mind this was like at like 10 o'clock at night or something, so it's like pitch black already, but they're like sweeping up like glass and everything. And me and Georgie are like, oh sorry, we just need to get through, sorry, we're just bursting for the toilet, sorry. So we get into the actual building itself, and all the lights are off, like all the lights in the building are off. And then we're getting through, and then before we get to like walk down the corridor to get to our apartment, 2 men come out of the first apartment, and they're carrying something in the dark, in the pitch black. They're carrying something about, I can't show you on camera, but I don't know, about that wide? Both of them are carrying something, and it's wrapped up in loads of cloth, and it's kind of slunched like that. And then these men just like look at us, and they're like, and we're like, oh sorry, we just need to get through to our apartment just there, like we're just bursting for the toilet, okay bye, ha ha ha. So like we're so like concentrating on not wetting ourselves, we're not like taking anything in, so we're sort of just like, oh, why? So we go to the toilet and stuff, and then we sort of like joke to ourselves, we're like, oh lol, they were probably carrying a dead body. Like, you know how you do, just sort of like banter. And then they're still up there, and they're still like really like shuffling stuff about, like glass and everything, like frantically sweeping stuff up. And then we think to ourselves, hang on, what were they doing at like 10 o'clock at night? Like we're thinking they can't have been builders, because they weren't actually like there during the day, like, so why would they just build at night? And also, who builds at night? And also, why were all the lights off in the hallway? Like, why were they carrying stuff in the pitch black? So we start to like freak out a little bit, like, not gonna lie. And then we hear them like moving about, like in the apartment upstairs. Then we hear people come down the steps to our apartment. And at this point, me and Georgie are literally like crying. We're trying to be like silent, like that we can't hear them or anything. but we are like sobbing our eyes out. Like we are like, this is it, this is the end, we can't actually get out of this apartment. Like if they come in, that's it. Like what did we just witness? Like we genuinely thought we were like being bunked off and everything, and then people are like trying the door and stuff, but luckily like I double locked in, I left the key in so like you couldn't pick it and everything, and I was like crying, and like we were like, okay, this is it, this is the end. Like literally they have come down the stairs. Like what would they need to come down the stairs for if we didn't like walk in on something dodgy? So we are like crying, like actually crying, and then we don't hear anything, and then the van drives off outside, and then it's a good half an hour, me and Georgie like oh my god, but like we leave it a bit of time, and I go just to check if anyone's like still by the door. So I look through the little keyhole thing, not keyhole, you know, the little thing that's at the top of the door and you can just like look through. So I look through that, and as soon as they left, they had turned the lights on in the hallway. That was the bit that like really freaked me out. Like they knew that the light was on and that they could use it, but they made the choice to turn it off while they were doing these things. So like, me and Georgie are like, oh my god, what did we just witness? And we had another night in that apartment as well, so we were like, oh, this is gonna be fun. So like, yeah, we don't know what we actually walked into there. Like we haven't come up with an explanation, and I'm not gonna lie, like ever since then I've been like still googling to this day like murders in Zagreb and disappearing people in Zagreb, but I haven't found anything. But like literally we're trying to like dismiss it as like we're just being over dramatic. Clearly we didn't walk into anything, but like I can't really think what they were doing apart from manoeuvring a body. So if you have your own theories that will probably put my mind at ease, please let me know in the comments. Like that would be like deeply appreciated. But yeah, those were 2 times that I almost died on holiday. That was fun, but like the rest of the holiday was really good fun. I mean, besides the sobbing that we were gonna die, that was really fun. So yeah, I just thought I'd share a bit of positivity with this video, because you know what, who doesn't want to hear about times that I almost died? Let's face it. I do have a few more near-death experiences, you know, where I saw life flash before my eyes, but they weren't really holiday themed, so I thought that I could do that in a different video. And not gonna lie, I'm really clumsy, so I get like a lot of like times where I'm like, oh, that was almost it. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed watching and laughing at my misery. I make new videos every single Wednesday and every single Sunday at 5 PM, so stick around till then if you enjoyed this mess of a video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye! She offers me protection, a lot of love and affection, whether I'm right or wrong.